that's happening this week is about the climate. And can we change our personal habits to slow down climate destruction is a pretty wide subject, and I'm sure you're all going to make a contribution to it.
Governments have an absolute responsibility for doing what they can, and I think the UK has been a leader in this. We've adopted some things earlier than many other countries, and we're the first country to legislate for net zero, which we are hoping to reach by 2050. For us to reach that by 2050, we are going to have to make major changes in the way that our economy works and in the way that our people operate.
So if we don't think about it for now, we have to think about it for the future. And that begs the question of who is responsible, who has to make these decisions, and how they make these decisions.
The reason that companies are going to have to pay much more attention to the climate is because companies have the wealth. The great big companies of the world have the wealth. Companies have got to start taking the lead. They've got to start thinking beyond profits.
Then you have to ask the question, are politicians and industrialists thinking of short-term gains and short-term pains, or are they thinking of long-term implications of their decisions? I sometimes think of it a little bit like mentoring and coaching. You know, when we ask individuals, do you just want to sit around and allow events to overtake you and just react to them and deal with the little crises that occur to each and every one of us in our daily lives? Or should we take stock whenever we can, think about long-term implications of our decisions, understand where we can make a difference to ourselves and our environment and the people around us, where we cannot, try our best to be even more effective in what we do, for the better, hopefully, and take these decisions now so that we can fortify our own futures.
I'm really interested in technology and how we can use technology to really find renewable ways of energy. Using natural resources. So today was extremely, really, kind of rewarding and really good to hear from, the High Commissioner to really understand the different types of changes the Singapore government will start to make to help, trying to drive climate change.
I have another job, which is I'm an engineering scientist for the Scottish engineering firms. Now, the contribution I make in terms of my churches and my communities is absolutely tiny compared to the energy we save as a result of better engineering practice.
No, this is a platform started by young people to co-create innovations in the sustainability space called Young Sustainable Impact Southeast Asia. But the young people come up with the ideas based on their local situations, and they work with other kids in the region. Yeah, and then they come together to actually build something, and then hopefully they'll get supported and sponsored and funded, turn to businesses.
I guess if government leaders receive some aspect of mentoring or coaching, they might realize that they need to align their own personal values and that of the society with the kind of decisions they make, and to align it with the kind of legacy they want to leave behind.
I do have a very positive outlook from the standpoint of how our students, our young people have this awareness. Going beyond awareness, they actually are able and willing to do something about it. We can do anything we set our minds to.